We're rolling. Timer starts now. Mark. Hi, I'm Ford.
And I'm Sky. And these are not our real names. These are our superhero names, and with our powers combined, we formed the writing partnership L. Skyford. Welcome to Booklandia.
You've joined us today for a Minisode, where we will geek out about literary topics like plot and character tropes, and maybe some book news. But before we get much further, did you know you can watch our faces do this episode by subscribing to us on Twitch at L. Skyford or YouTube at L.Skyford? You should do it. We give good face.
And sometimes there's a dog bomb at Ford's house.
This is true. For our other socials, you can follow us on Twitter at SkyfordL, on Instagram at L.Skyford. And if you're interested in our book, blog, or even more book reviews, head over to our website, lskyford.com.
Lastly, this and every episode are chock full of oversharing and spoilers, and every episode is rated E for explicit. You have been warned.
Happy Minisode Day.
Happy Minisode Day. I'm very excited for today's Minisode because I have no idea what this means. Today's episode is Stern Brunch Daddy.
The sternest brunch daddy there has ever been. Yep. So Stern Brunch Daddy is the newest character trope. It's like the babe. Like it's a wee babe in the land of tropes, toddling around. So it's only like a few years old, and a Stern Brunch Daddy is a male. Typically, I have not yet seen a Stern Brunch Daddy applied to a female type character or non-binary type person. They are an alpha. It's an alpha meets cinnamon roll. So it's like take an alpha and you squish a cinnamon roll right on their face, if you will. So they're kind and caring, but they are also really fierce and protective. That is a Stern Brunch Daddy.
Okay. I mean, that sounds ideal, and also not real.
Excuse me? Let me show you that they're real. Here's why Stern Brunch Daddy is great. It's the best of both worlds. You want some thick muscles. Should you be into thick muscles, you get that. You get that, like, protective, I will fight anyone who harms you kind of vibe. But then you're also like, they're also like, here's some popcorn and let's sit on the sofa and watch a rom-com. And you can give me a pedicure. Like, that's the best of all the worlds. That sounds, in my very heteronormative way, like the perfect man.
Excellent. I mean, I don't do alphas. End of sentence.
Yes, as we know.
Yes. So I don't love. I understand that this is like an evolved alpha, right? Like an alpha with feelings. They needed a new title. There you go. This is the new title. So I get it. But
an alpha also, with a heart of gold situation. Yeah.
Yes. So I understand. I would have to try it on for size in Bookland.
Okay.
I'm not a size queen. Just to throw the size thing out there. I'm just saying that I will try it. As I will all things.
You have read a Stern Brunch Daddy, and I will get to that.
Is it Zephyr?
Oh, he might be a very excellent. Yes. I was also going to say the guy from Actor Age Eve Brown is considered a Stern Brunch Daddy. Wall on the outside, gooey on the inside.
I disagree.
This is the internet.
Okay.
I disagree.
You what the internet told me. I disagree with that one. So I would say that Zaf. So why can't I remember the Danny Brown? Take a hint, Danny Brown. There we go. I was like, what's the beginning of Danny Brown's? So I absolutely can see Zephyr from Take a Hint, Danny Brown being this descriptor right here for sure. But I don't know that I agree with Eve Brown because he isn't stern because he's an alpha with an emotional cage around him. He does not display his emotions, partially because of the way his brain works. So
Yes.
it isn't that he's like pound my chest alpha. He's more of a this is how he is. And he doesn't like he's not choosing to be this way. He is this. Am I making myself clear at all?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. It's great. No, this is great. I agree. You've convinced me. Behold. So I think it's the best of both worlds. You disagree. I see no flaws. You see all the flaws in this.
Not all the flaws. I see the appeal. People want to be cared for and cherished, but they don't want to sacrifice having a human in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they have like a be cherished, be with human, and they can only have one, that seems like a loss. But if you can be both at the same time, brilliant.
Yeah. I have to say, I really like this trope because I think if I had to pick one for my spouse, this would be it.
I can see that.
Big muscles, fierce when I am being, when someone broke into my car, he went out into the street to hunt them down and to no avail. But like, I was like, oh, my. And then, we snuggle. So.
See, my response to that would have been, where are you going and are you trying to get yourself hurt? Because then I will have a broken in car and a hurt spouse. And the plate is full, man. Just sit down, call the authorities.
See, I don't know.
It pushed her buttons in the right way.
It apparently pushed the mute button on my mouth.
It pushed the mute button on my mouth.
Well done. I'm all worked up about this, so let's keep going.
All right.
So because this is a newish one, and because I didn't do a lot of research before we started recording this episode, I only have one other book that we can include on this list. And to give a little backstory based off of the 3 minutes of research I did before we started recording this, the Stern Brunch Daddy was invented by the author Andy J. Christopher, and her book happens to be the only other one on this list, which comes out, or has come out by the time this releases. Hot Under His Collar, it is classified as a Stern Brunch Daddy. Father Patrick, I think it's Patrick. The male lead interest is considered Stern Brunch Daddy.
Interesting. So I'm currently reading Satisfaction Guaranteed. And it is a lesbian love story. But I think one of the main characters would fit into this category. Her outer shell is very
fuck off and leave me alone.
Yes, very much so. And like my emotional availability is not present. And right, and like I fix everything and I take care of everything and I am in charge are her vibes. Like that's her whole vibe. And then turns out when the other main character is threatened, she immediately does every protective thing in the book. And there are so many instances when she's like, I want to hold her right now and comfort her and do anything to make her smile, which is extremely alpha behavior. And then you find out these like gentle, wonderful internal bits of Cade being the alpha. So I think Satisfaction Guaranteed would actually fit in this category.
Interesting. I would say, with the exception of I want to fight everyone, you might be a Stern Brunch Daddy guy. Because that description was very similar to how you have described yourself in the past. Food for thought.
Wow. All right. I think you just pushed my mute button.
So sorry. But it makes the introduction of this character trope, makes me think back to other paranormal romances where the alpha is very similar, and how this might have pre-existed before the term itself. And of course, because I'm terrible with names, I can't think of any of them right now. But I feel like it's out there. It's not brand new, fully formed trope.
No, but I do think that particularly male characters having emotional intelligence openly delivered on a platter for their partner is newer than not. Mass market. Yeah. I mean, in the quantity that we're seeing it now. There are absolutely novels from every period where there are emotionally available men. But I think that we now expect that more frequently of our male. Well, I don't know about we, the grand we here. I expect the men I read to be emotionally available. And when they're not, I just want to throw the book very dramatically out the window. I want to defenestrate that character.
I mean, and that's, I think, one of the root reasons why you don't like alphas, because that is part of them, is emotional unavailability to a point.
Right. Yes. Like, I will love you, but you can't know all my secrets. That's not how loving works in my world. Great. So if you want to be loved by me, you cannot be all stoic and shit.
Everyone write that down. If you want to be loved by Sky, this is number one.
You cannot be. No secrets is hard. Truly number one in my book. Like, there are very few other rules, really, but that is the rule.
Right. What I keep coming back to the phrase itself, like stern brunch daddy. I'm like, stern, great, I get it. That's the exterior. Brunch is like, oh, okay. I go to brunch. I'll eat pancakes in public. I will socialize and do things. I don't know. It's this interesting conglomeration of words. And then daddy is parent, but also daddy.
But also daddy. For some people who find that a term of endearment.
Right. Or an erotic,
a pet name. Yes. A pet name.
Yeah. Oh, is that the word for it? See, I can't think of words along with names. The whole language thing is
so really all the things you kind of need for podcasting.
Look, yep.
I do words good.
Best words, hair.
Well, I do have to say that I am excited. I might not be excited for this like trope title. It feels a little like the word zaddy, or like, because that is also a thing.
It's the best part for me.
But I very much like the concept. I think it's wonderful. I'm excited to read more of it. I think it is applicable, has already been applied to not just men. So joy in that department. So yeah. I'm all in for it. Bring me more of this. I will read more of this.
More angry pancake papas.
Wow. I'm surprised they did not ask you before they come up with the new term. Because pancake angry papas is definitely, that should have been it. Pancake. I can't even say it. It's so many plosives together.
My lack of words has violated you. You've been attacked.
Wow. Okay.
So sorry. We'll just edit this out.
Intense. Just, maybe influenced instead of attacked, but it's mostly just the collection of plosives all at once. And that's I just have to slow it down.
Pancake papas.
pancakes.
Also sounds like the name of a motorcycle club. Like a really fun motorcycle club.
Okay, that is adorable. See, they should ask you for help with names.
I'm here for names. Don't expect me to remember them.
Yes, like that. Well, in case you guys know of a Stern Brunch Daddy suggestion, I am looking for some suggestions on that front.
Yeah. Send us your faves. Comments. Have a suggestion for another review? Slide on into our DMs.
If you like this adventure in books or updates on our upcoming projects, please follow, like, save, subscribe, rate, review us on Instagram at l.skyford, on Twitch at lskyford, and on Twitter at skyfordl. Phew. I'm Sky.
And I'm Ford. And that's it for this minisode. We will see you next time on Booklandia, where every book is a whole world to explore.